the 11 child coping mechanisms you must never ignore, and the system's failure behind all of them. Today we are talking about 11 coping mechanisms child psychologists warn parents and grandparents to never overlook. These include anger, shutdown, perfectionism, numbing out with screens, overcompliance, isolation, eating changes, substance use in teens, nail picking, nervous laughter, and taking healthy habits to extremes. This article lists the behaviors clearly. What it does not name is the deeper truth. These coping mechanisms are not child problems. They are system signals. Children develop harmful coping strategies when the emotional, social, or economic environment around them is cracked, when adults are stressed, when schedules are chaotic, when pressure is high, when shame is present, and when emotional safety is missing. Children adapt the only way they know how. They cope. Let us break down the part of parenting advice worlds always avoid. Section 1. Coping mechanisms are protective, not defective. A child who explodes in anger is overwhelmed. A child who shuts down is scared. A child who's withdrawn is overloaded. A child who numbs out with screens is seeking relief. A child who becomes perfect is terrified of making mistakes. A child who's overtly compliant is afraid of conflict or rejection. These are not misbehaviors, they are survival strategies. Children are not malfunctioning, they are adapting. Section 2. System Failure 1. Children regulate based on the adults around them. The emotional system of a child is downstream from the emotional system of the adults in their life. If adults are burned out, anxious, ashamed, angry, unstable, or overstretched, children absorb that instability. A society that keeps adults in constant survival mode will produce children who cope more than they grow. This is not a child issue, this is an environmental issue. Section 3. System Failure 2. Shame-based cultures produce shame-based coping. Many of the behaviors psychologists warn about are actually shame signals. Laughing when confronted, avoiding eye contact, running away, perfectionism, people-pleasing, shutting down completely. These do not come from disrespect, they come from fear. They emerge when a child believes they're expressing the truth of their feelings and will lead to rejection or punishment. Shame is a system pattern, not a personal flaw. Section 4. System Failure 3. Economic pressure is reshaping childhood. Children are raised inside two-worker household, long work hours, schools built on testing, hyper-scheduled days, social media comparison, little community support, emotional isolation, unpredictable routines, limited connection with adults. Under these conditions, coping behaviors are not surprising. They are predictable. The economic system creates childhood pathology long before a child develops the coping mechanisms to respond to it. Section 5. System Failure 4. Adults are told to fix children while being given no support. The advice given to parents sounds good. Connect deeply. Model healthy coping. Be present. Create safety. Be patient. Avoid shame. Limit screens. Stay calm. The problem is simple. Adults cannot give what they do not have. A system that burns adults out cannot instruct them to be endlessly calm and emotionally available. This mismatch is a structural dignity failure. A stressed adult cannot create an unstressed child. Section 6. System Failure 5. Coping behaviors are being treated as individual problems instead of environmental data. Here's the LP view. Each coping mechanism is a map. Anger signals a lack of safe expression. Shutdown signals emotional danger. Perfectionism signals fear of mistakes. Overcompliance signals fear of conflict. Screen numbing signals underconnection. Eating changes signals loss of control. Isolation signals overwhelm, stimulation, or mistrust. Risk-taking or substance signal emotional abandonment. These are not isolated issues. They are environmental readouts. When a child copes alone, the system has already failed. This is where the child guard principle applies. Child guard states that no child should carry emotional burdens created by adult structures, systems, or expectations. When coping becomes survival, the burden has already been passed to the child. Section 7. What a dignity-centered system would do. A dignity-centered system would not ask children to adjust. It would adjust the environment around them. Here's what that looks like. 1. Build emotional safety as part of the floor. All feelings allowed. All behaviors guided. Shame removed. 2. Repair instead of punish. Mistakes are not moral failures. They are teaching moments. 3. Use curiosity instead of criticism. A child's coping behavior is not something to correct. It is something to decode. 4. Strengthen adult environments. Parents and grandparents need emotional floors too. Without them, children cannot stabilize. 5. Model emotional literacy. Children learn more from watching adults repair themselves than from any lecture. 6. Remove performance pressure. Childhood is not a competitive sport. It is a place to learn how to exist safely in a human body. This is the moment you create the line belongs. Freedom distracts, dignity transforms. Children do not need unlimited freedom. They need emotional dignity. They need a system that removes burdens instead of hiding them. In closing, these 11 coping mechanisms are not problems children develop. They are messages children signal. They tell us that the world is too sharp, where adults are unsupported, where shame traps are operating, and where emotional safety is missing. When a child copes, they are reporting on the structure around them. Do not fix the child, fix the environment, fix the pressures, fix the emotional culture, fix the conditions that make coping necessary. If you want more LP-based breakdowns on parenting, emotional safety, child guard, or system designs for children, subscribe and stay connected. The Liberation Protocol exists to build systems that do not betray.